I'm just getting my day started and I've got to pee, which means it's time to test with Mira. So it's day 5 and I'm using the Mira Ovum ones. In all my life, I'd never thought I'd be peeing on camera. Got my first morning urine and got my Mira analyzer. It's ready to test. Pop that in and now we wait. Okay, time for me to have some coffee while I wait for my results. The analyzer is analyzing. I really want to see where my FSH levels are as I enter my follicular phase, just to kind of check in with how I'm feeling. I feel very neutral. My productivity on a scale from 1 to 10, I want to say I'm at a 6. Sex drive, 2 out of 10. Symptoms, let me just kind of check in with my body for a second. I'm not feeling as bloated. I don't feel as tired or achy. It's very interesting, the idea of let me actually check in with my physical self. Using Mira definitely is a mindfulness practice, and I wasn't anticipating that at all. Okay, here we go. My FSH levels are at 11.8, which is interesting because that seems a little bit higher than what would typically be a normal range on my follicular phase. So we'll just keep checking back on this, but it's great because I'm going to start testing more frequently. I'm really excited to use the compare feature. But yeah, it's curious. I'm already like, oh my gosh, all right, we're starting to come across something. We're starting to see something. It's time to get my day started, but before I do, let's talk period sex. I wasn't sexually active until I was 18. I was way too embarrassed to even consider the idea of having sex on my period. Why? Because all of the guys around me would speak so poorly of women in their periods. They just thought that periods were icky. So why would I even consider the idea of having sex on my period? It wasn't until I was in my early to mid 20s where I had a partner that I felt comfortable with enough to open up that dialogue. What encouraged me was the fact that my sex drive is usually pretty high during the first few days of my period. And the conversation went super well. My biggest takeaway from that moment thereon, period sex is awesome. It helps relieve cramps, release endorphins. It helps contract your uterus, which allows things to get flowing. It helps you bond with your partner. It's a 10 out of 10. It's a game changer. And I encourage anyone who hasn't had that conversation with their partner to open that dialogue up.